Hello and welcome back to another beaver adventure. And yeah, you are looking at the main event right here. I've been slowly but surely working on this new system that I concocted in my old brain about a two-way bypass valve, basically, where when the water's good, these are down. When the water's bad, we'll put these down. This should push the bad tide up over this way, and boop, 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 we'll have a levee all the way across, and it'll come flowing out this side here. When we are in normal production mode, we will probably open up this guy here, or potentially even split the floodgates a little bit, because we only need one open. But I added back in this floodgate just in case I want to go that route. Equally, right now, because we're in this state of flux, I did put in a mechanical fluid pump here, and I do want to just run a quick little bout of power to it. Little details like this, but we are so low on logs, it's not even funny. Speaking of which, I built this massive tree farm. It's still building, and we've got quite the little empire of bots, to say the least. I think we pretty much have botted out this entire region across the board. I don't think that there's one that's not currently a bot in our industrial area. So that's really cool. I'm a big fan of that. I think that works really well. Oh, this is the last one, the refinery. Yeah, there we go. And I think we need just 100 more, or just less than 100 more science. Hopefully that'll be the last of it. I've double checked, but I'm sure I'll miss something along the way. I think that last little chunk of science will get us to unlock the last item out of everything that we have here. I think we've unlocked it all. I want to double check this though. Oh, no, we have not. Okay, so we need a little bit more than what was there. Okay. See, there's always one. There's always that one little thing that you miss, you know? But I think everything else we can run with bots. Yes. Oh, that's all done now. Excellent. Let's blow it up. Beautiful. That will provide a nice little depth to our water system, which will be quite nice, to say the least. Awesome. That's a nice little pool of reservoir. I love it. I love it. Okay, good. It should counteract pretty quickly as well, so not a big deal. Anyways, we need to get this guy built first before these, so we'll put that at a higher priority. We want this last little bit to be done. That will trap the water on this side, basically, until we get down here. It might actually start to deplete on its own, but I also put in this mechanical fluid pump as a just-in-case type item, right? I want to make sure... Really, game? I wanted to put this in here as a just-in-case item so that it can pump from whatever's over here and put it into the reservoir. So if we somehow, I forget to switch this over or something like that, we can actually, we could even fill this up with water if we want to. All of that type of stuff can be done. So that's why I did that, just for explanation there. And I think everything else is looking pretty good around here. We are getting, I think, close to the end as well of this series. I've definitely added in more trees, more everything over here as well. We have a massive maple shortage, maple syrup shortage, because I didn't realize this, but the catalysts take maple syrup. So we've ran out of catalysts with our bot army, just as bad as we've pretty much ran out of punch cards as well. We're starting to pick that up since I added the second building there. But yeah, we were out of punch cards. We're out of catalysts still. So we have the maple farm over here, and then we have this maple farm here, and then I've also added this maple farm up here Obviously, we need that to grow before we can complete that. So that's good. Okay, there we go. Awesome. All right. That's beautiful. This doesn't even require people. That's fantastic. It does require a lot of power, though. So at this current stage, it's probably not going to be working very fast. We're at 41% power input, so yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But everything's going pretty good. We've also gotten new bridges. I've reduced the population. I've actually deleted some houses because now that we have all these bots, we don't need as many beavers, which means we need less water, we need less food. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. I think it's actually probably really, really good, to be frank. So one of those little details overall, that's good. I kind of want to make this somewhat more efficient to get over here. Can I do that? Instead of them going up and around all the time, I think I can pull this off quite easily, actually. They can go across here like that, and then they can get to that. We can loop that around. Perfect. Little improvements, little tiny magical improvements. These beavers, man. These beavers. Okay, good. We got the levee up. That's awesome. Look at that flow now coming through. That is pretty good. I like it. I like it. That should be coming down quite readily through there for the most part, but also kind of coming down into here and still flowing out that way. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to this project when it's all said and done. I think it's going to be great. We got a few more deep levees here to deal with. That's going to take a lot of wood and a lot of time because we're basically out of everything. But the main section is done. That's cool. I'm happy about that. So like I said, in these good times, I could even open one of these to keep water on the backside. But as soon as you get a bad tide coming through, it's pretty much going to be useless, right? We're going to want to push that right on through as quick as possible. So just one of those little details that I've kind of thought about a few times. Other than that, we are still at a bot surplus. I'm actually surprised by that. I'm not sure. We're at 81 with one of these systems. So, yeah, we'll probably just hold off for now. Unemployed. There's 4 vacancies. Why aren't they working? Is the 4 vacancies must be over here. Yeah, the 4 vacancies are over here. Okay, but so are the babies and stuff. So this is just an ideal. We could set this and forget it. We never have to touch this again. This is balanced. It's all working. It's doing what it needs to do. I mean, we'll fill up with pine resin. That's not required. We'll ebb and flow our haulers a little bit. But overall, we are pretty self-satiated with this area over here. No issues whatsoever. Over here, same thing. I mean, most of the town and base is pretty good. I actually have a question for you all while we get going here on this mine, which is taking all of my logs. I have it set to the lowest priority. Why are they bringing logs here instead of finishing this? I do not understand. Anyways, that's fine. But yeah, one of the questions that I have for you all is actually a pretty easy one. Timberborn, the game. We've seen most of it with folktales, right? And we've played it, I'm going to say, on a pretty easy map. This has been an easy map. I'm not going to lie. We're not in a difficult mode or anything like that. Would another Timberborn on a harder map, and maybe with the Iron Teeth, which is the other faction, be something that you would all like to see? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very curious about this one. Or is there games similar to Timberborn or other games that you'd like to see me play in the style that I have? Love to see your guys' feedback on this, because I think there's definitely some potential in a lot of different ways, but I'm just very curious. I'm very curious to see what you all think on that front. So in the meantime, I'm going to buzz off for a few minutes and see how everything gets built around here. That is a nice tree farm. Holy cow. Look at that thing. It's gorgeous. But we're going to try to finish this up. We're going to finish up this now that, again, I'm going to try to do the power and all of that fun stuff. And we'll be back when it's all done. All right, we're getting closer to this being built. We should also be getting some maple tree growth. That tells you how many days we've been waiting. 28. Give or take. I think I placed all this before that. So, yeah, that's the thing. But as you can see, all of this is blocked off, which is kind of cool. So, we actually have the water back flowing against us right now, which is interesting, to say the least. This should still all be fine. I don't foresee too much of a problem there. We are starting to see some bots break down as well, which... that one's a little bit more concerning, to say the least. But, you know, we seem to be doing okay. We typically go like maybe one or two. Okay, two's a little much. I'd prefer to not have two. But we'll see how that goes. I built a couple more plank stations here and another refinery to make more catalyst for my anticipation of... increase maple syrup supplies. At this moment, it's not going very well. I've also paused my observatory, and I deleted the other guys, the inventors, because I'm pretty sure I've unlocked every building with bots capability, which is the last of our science points. Now, I paused this. I didn't delete it quite yet. I want to wait and confirm that that is the case before I go too far here, because, yeah, I don't want to be doing what I had to do last time all over again. Did I lower these? I did. Okay, good. That's definitely a sticking point if you do not. So, all right. We are getting closer and closer to the end here, folks. So close, yet so far. Again, the mechanical fluid pump, I'm playing around with it a little bit. I want to see... how well it does. I think it does quite a bit of water, right? So all of this water that's over here that we've kind of currently got built up, when we cap this off, this should deplete it, I think. I think it should deplete it. Now, how fast is it going to deplete it? I don't know. Maybe we need like another 10 for all I know, right? But yeah, we are still drastically short on wood. Drastically short on supplies. I even allowed them to send wood and planks from over here to the other area. So, yeah, that's how crazy it's been. I'm actually going to stop that now because, yeah, that's a thing. All right. So, these guys are sort of working. You know what? I'm going to add another one. That'll just help, right? Will help cut down and get through this farm. Wasn't sure how many I really needed, but as I can see, it's starting to backlog. So I want to make sure that we got enough lumberjacks to, you know, deal with this wood farm that we have over here. And it looks like we're on the final 2. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay, cool. And of course, they're building this one first for some reason. I do not understand. This is a different thing altogether that I'm kind of messing around with. But yeah, all things considered, let's see how we're doing. It looks like we could still have more, doesn't it? I mean, we got the people. We got like 15 unemployed in this district. We might as well put them to work doing something, right? Put them to work. Put them all to work. All of you, chop down trees. Get going. It's these little things, you know? This guy seems to be working good. All of this seems to be working good. I even put down like more hauling posts just to give some beavers some jobs. Because, yeah, we're kind of lacking in that regard. Maple trees are grown. That's good. Most of our water is going the way we want it to. We're down to the final few. I'm going to redo this now. Delete that. Put in a staircase. Like that. And then we're going to delete this. And these guys, that'll be fine, actually. And I got to put a levee right there. For science. For reasons. Okay? It's for reasons. That's all you need to know. For reasons. All right, cool. We are getting close. And I'm actually hurting myself at the same time. This could be problematic. I kind of need this to get done before I finish this. Well, maybe we'll flood. We might flood. Worst case, I can delete one of these levees if need be. This isn't a vital importance. We do have a backup way to get over there. But yeah, we might have to delete a levee. Because basically, I need to delete this floodgate and raise it up by 1. Because I messed it up. That's what's happening here. All right? Simple as that. Are we done? Can we be done? Is this done yet? No? Not quite? All right. We're getting there, though. What, 6 more levees in this area? That's not too bad. That's not too shabby. I think we can get there. All right, perfectly planned. Got it done in time. Beautiful. So now we have this completely sectioned off. I'm very curious to see how fast this mechanical pump can pump out this side of the water. It's only going to be doing down to this level, so we'll still have some of this depth stuff going on, but we are completely separated now. And that's cool. That's cool. Look at this. We got one left. Done. Amazing. Okay. Awesome. So that changes our game plan again to diverting all of our water flow as the excess out this one floodgate at the backside. This one's still down. No big deal there. We can probably synchronize it with the others. I don't think we'll run into any problems. We have no water coming in here. So just this pump is pumping out of there. So that's good. And I think this will be a great spot to think about kind of sort of the next steps, right? So we have all this. That's all working fine. No issues. We need to get more logs. I'm going to let them build up logs. Don't get me wrong. We need some logs around here. It's been brutal. I kind of want to move these guys back here, these floodgates, but well, not necessary at this point in time. I think for right now, we're going to see how this works with the next bad tide situation, right? I think that's the next big test. I believe we have no concerns almost with any setup at this point in time. Droughts, etc. I don't think there's a concern. Unless it was like a 20-day drought or something crazy. At this point in time, I don't think there's a problem. So we're good on that end, which is good to see. I think the big thing comes when we get a bad tide. And my biggest concern, biggest worry is I open these ones and there's not enough flow through to get the bad tide into the left-hand side here. And we overflow, right? That's my worry. Boom, we get bad tide overflowing into this, killing everything, etc. Okay, so that's my worry there. But the nice thing about this is when we close this, all of this can still pull from the same water pool as well. So these should all stay in good working order as well moving forward. So we've effectively completely separated off our system and our base in the best way that I knew how. Okay. So, without further ado, I'm going to make a few fixes because I made them in haste and I would prefer to clean things up a little bit. where possible. Also a good way to kind of save resources where possible. So we'll grab those. That'll be good. I think, can we reach those? I think so. I think they can grab them. And yeah, we got a lot of path working and stuff like that to clean up a little bit. Same thing here. I probably want to do the same thing that I just did over there. Just shorten this bridge up a little bit. Get them onto this tile going directly to the side instead of up and around, right? Just little tiny improvements as we go in our setup. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll delete that once the other one is back to working. This mechanical pump, for the amount of power that it's using, doesn't seem to be doing the best job. You know, just saying. It's doing okay, but we still have a lot of water over here. Like, that's still there, you know? It's nothing to scoff at. That's quite a bit of water. Down here, it looks like we are keeping up. No issues. I was a little worried about that. And all of these guys are catching up quite nicely, which is good. On the tree farm. Over here, tree farm, everything is going pretty well, I think. We got lots of food. We got lots of water. And we're starting to build back up our lumber and planks and stuff like that I stole for the other base. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. For the most part, our bots have kind of stabilized around the 86, 87 mark. So that's a good note for those of you that may or may not go the bot route. Very, very useful. That I agree with. But yeah, it seems like one setup like we have here with adequate supply can do about 87 bots. That seems to be the max that we get. So, just as an FYI, that seems to be the number, right? That's important, though. It's good. It's good to know our numbers. Other than that, I think everything is working pretty well. I really want to see this. I'm hoping the next cycle is a bad tide cycle. I really want to see this in action, because being able to get everything through the side here would be amazing. On that note, though, we're going to start the next project over here, and that is going to be increasing this final phase of levee, which is just right here. This is the final step that we need to raise to get ourselves into a good position. So, I need to do a few things to change that. We need to delete those trees. Don't worry. We'll fix it. It'll be fine. We're going to levee this whole area. Get it one higher across the board. Kind of like so. And just work our way back. Not a big deal. And then we have the next item to go. Are you actually pulling from this one? Dang, I want this one gone. That would be so nice. There's like long lost resources down here too. All right, we also need to, that suspension bridge is done. So I think we can safely delete that one. We need to build a platform here. And then we'll do just a little guy across like so. And like so. Beautiful. Okay, good. That allows us to demolish these little wings, as I want to call them, like that, and just streamline our process into a four-way. Beautiful. I think the pump's working okay. I mean, there's also evaporation at play that's going on here, but, you know, having that little bit of extra water coming through is not a bad thing at all. All right. We're going to slowly build this thing up as we go. And I think once that's done, we can raise everything, right? These guys would need to go up, though, wouldn't they? Yeah, I need to replace these. So doing this might be a perfect time to move them back here. So that's another goal of ours. Let's say we have 4 here, right? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that should work just perfectly. So we're going to build up 4 here of levees. And I need this to be one more higher, like that, I think. And then this will all be triple floodgates going through here. Okay, good. Little things. We'll have to remove this water, and we'll put it up over here. So that's why that's happening. This one we'll have to remove and raise it up a level. That's why that's happening. And otherwise, I think the bridge is done. Bridge is done. Bridge is done. Everything's working good. All right. Well, next time, I think we're going to be able to complete this. We should have this new levee system in place here. I'll be looking forward to your guys' responses as well. That'll be great. And I think I'm going to have to build some platforms for them here, because I don't know if they're going to be able to reach all of this stuff without getting on a platform. And boom and boom. I think that'll handle it, I think. So that's good. We can do that. But yeah, so I'm curious to know what you all will think about the game and the question that I posed earlier. There we go. Okay, the water's gone. So we can just pause that. We'll let the power build up. No big deal. Cool. We have drained it of water. That's very cool to see. And this little bit here, I might want to actually come in and fill it in with terrain, because I do not want bad tides sitting in here either. So I'm actually going to go crazy, and we're just going to go build this whole thing, fill it all with dirt basically, so that we don't have these little pockets. I think that'll be great. And I may even fill in all of this while I'm at it. So, you know, little improvements. But for now, that's it. That's all. We shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.